Hi everyone, it's Evangeline, and today we'll be taking a look at our Saris cable lock and lock loop for your trunk mounted bikes, your bike racks, or even your bike rack on its own here at eTrailer. So let's say you have a trunk mounted bike rack on your vehicle. Awesome, because then you can carry around some bikes without having a hitch or a roof rack to carry them. Now the downside to most trunk mounted bike racks is they don't have a lock. So that's where the cable lock and lock loop from Saris comes in handy. This goes right into your vehicle and creates an anchor point for your cable lock. That way you can run it through your bikes and your bike rack, securing them to your vehicle. So this is going to be an 8-foot long vinyl coated 10 millimeter in diameter cable. So that means you have a nice thick cable on the inside, but on the outside you have this vinyl coating. Very important because this is probably going to be making contact with your bikes, your bike rack, and your car, and you want to make sure you don't scratch them up any more than they already are. So you're going to get 2 keys with this cable lock. So this works as pretty much any other Saris lock with a lock on the end that fits around your cable lock, creating that security. Now one big question is this really secure? Can't I just fit that lock core through the loop of your cable lock? And as you can see here, the opening for the inside of that loop is small enough where your lock cord cannot fit through, and I tried. You also have this dust cap that goes around that lock when not in use, and that will help keep that dust and moisture out of the lock body. You can actually also use the cable lock on its own. So just like a normal cable lock, you can use this, secure it to those stands. Let's say you're at the park or you're at the restaurant, just wrap it around your bike and the stand as usual. So the lock loop allows you to carry other cable locks, and it secures your cable lock to the vehicle. Now most of the lock loop is going to be braided steel until you get to the loop point. So you're going to have that metal pincher point, and then you're going to have that cable that goes around your cable lock, and this is not covered in any of that vinyl. So I personally recommend just going ahead, maybe putting a sticker around it or some other padded material to prevent it from scratching your vehicle. So with that little piece, you then transform your cable lock into something that can be used with your vehicle as a trunk mounted lock. So you can actually use this little lock loop with other cable locks as long as their diameter of the lock itself is not bigger than the opening of the loop. So if you do want to use your own cable lock with this, just double check that they are no more than 10 millimeters in diameter, then you know it's going to be a fit. Now you're not limited to using this just with trunk mounted bike racks or even just with bicycles. You can also be creative with it. So for example, I have the Sea Sucker monkey bars on my Prius V every now and then, and these don't have locks. So it would be awesome if I could use the lock loop for this cable lock. Then I can wrap the cable lock around the roof rack when not in use. Other options for you too, beyond using our Saris lock loop and cable lock, is you can also use the eTrailer cable lock if you want to keep your things keyed alike along with this lock loop, or even take a look at the Thule lockable straps. Then you won't even need this lock loop plus cable lock combination, and you can use the strap itself to secure your bikes and your bike rack. So there's a bunch of different options out there. It's more of, if you are using this with a Saris product, it's nice to have them match. Plus you have a really good cable lock here that you can use for other situations too. So you can use this cable lock to secure the bike to the rack, but the whole point is to secure the bike rack and the bike to your vehicle itself. So if you already have this set up, you probably will have to take off your bike rack itself because this needs to feed in through your open door. So get your wire and just feed it in through your trunk or through your hatch door from the inside. Then you're going to want to make sure that there's a good enough gap for your dog bone. So make sure it's not in the hinge, but it's below it inside of your cargo area. So with your lock loop now in place, you can now run your cable lock through that loop and then back around your bikes and your bike rack. And from there, just route the cable lock around your bike as usual. Obviously, it'll be different depending on how many bikes you have there and what types of bikes you do. But once you've gotten everything sufficiently secured, just go back through that loop, pop that lock back in, turn it to make sure that it is secure, take those keys out, and now your bikes and your bike rack is secured to your vehicle. But this right here was a look at our Saris 8-foot long cable lock and lock loop for your trunk mounted bike racks right here at eTrailer. My name is Evangeline and I hope you enjoyed the journey.